this is the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure Console. I'm gonna sign out so you can see exactly how you sign in into it. I think that would be a good exercise because I would like to also explain the type of identities that you have in your Oracle Cloud environment. Right, as you can see here on the left, this will be the single sign-on authentication, and on the right you'll see the local authentication. Right, because we have two identities available in OCI. We have the federated identity and the local identity. For the federated identity, you will log in by clicking on continue and either adding your credentials here or using the SSO if you have it configured. Right, and if you want the local identity, you're just gonna put here the credentials that you receive in the first email. When you first start your environment, you're gonna need to log in on both parts with the temporary password that you receive from the email, and after that you're gonna change the password again for both identities. But you're gonna need to change it sequentially because it will not, let's say, it will not synchronize. It will not be the same password for each identity. So you're gonna first log in here with the temporary password, reset the temporary password. Then I advise you to go back and also change the password for the local identity. All right. Without further ado, let's log in with the federated identity and see what are some of the difference between those two identities. All right, here's also an example of multi-factor authentication working with your environment. Let's see. All right. Okay. So all good. All right. This is the OCI environment that you're going to see. First, you'll see this dashboard with the quick actions in order to get you started, as well as some some documentation for introductory actions that you can do in the beginning of the journey. On the side, you'll see a link to add users to your tenancy. Then you're gonna see this quick link for the billing part, as well as the release notes page where you will find the updates and upcoming features that will be coming to your OCI environment, as well as the get help documentation and the blog and forum for the community. Right, here on top you'll see your home region. At if you click on it at the beginning, you'll only see the home region and this button with the manage regions. If you want to subscribe, if you want to subscribe to any other regions, for let's say for a disaster recovery scenario or just for testing the network, the bandwidth there, you can click on manage regions and you will see all the realms or the regions that you can subscribe to. We are subscribed to most of them, but you can see, for example, if you click on subscribe here, it is pretty easy. You just need to follow the instructions there on the screen. The switch between the regions is instant. For example, I want to go to Zurich, and that's it. Now I'm in Zurich. I can provision any resource that I want on another region other than my home one, and we can do that for any region that we prefer to. Okay, we're gonna stay on our home region, and we're gonna move now to the side where we'll see a list with a lot of services. Right, this can be a bit overwhelming at the beginning, but I assure you that this is very easy to use. And as you can see, the services are categorized, and they'll be easier to to find and work with them. All right, so I mentioned at the beginning that there are two identities, right? The federated identity and the local identity. Because with the local identity, I mean, the main difference between those would be that we have some services that cannot be accessed by local identity. For example, those platform services, they are constructed, let's say, on a different architecture. They still have the old architecture from the generation 1. We are planning, and we already moved a lot of the services from generation 1 to generation 2 in order to be native to this environment that you already have and also be usable with a local identity. But for some of the services, you'll still need a federated identity. I think that the main difference between those two. The other ones are in regards to security. We're gonna have more features and more security options for a federated identity. For a federated identity, my recommendation would be if you don't have an environment that you want to use strictly as a local, my recommendation would be to use the federated identities because you can configure much more and see a lot of reports for your users on a federation side.